And then the last 13 minutes of the game, we really got out rebounded. At the 13-minute mark, they had two second chance points, and they got 13 in the last 13 minutes. So obviously we didn't do a very good job down the stretch.
The ESPN broadcasters mentioned, I think Dylan Brooks' name was about 75 times throughout that thing. Is that as simple of a fix as it could have been? Or?
Well, I'm not going to let the guys off that easy. Dylan definitely is a guy that it will help. He meant a great deal to our team last year, and he's an awfully good player, and he's very passionate about the game, which has a tendency to rub off on your teammates. But I think that's real easy to let the guys off the hook that way. This team's a lot better even without him than what it showed yesterday, and that's what disappoints me. And that's where we've got to jump right back and get it ready tomorrow night. And it's going to be a very difficult task against a very good team, and a quick turnaround here. But our guys are going to have to bounce back very quickly.
Is that kind of sort of the defense that Dylan helps with, though? Because he can get in. I think I remember in last year's game, it was a little bit of the same stuff until he kind of got into the middle of that zone there.
Yeah, no, he did create a lot of opportunities for offense. He's very versatile. He's someone who offensively and defensively can play a number of spots. So, yeah, he's a big part of our team. But who knows when he's going to be back? I don't. The doctors haven't told me, and I know he's anxious to get back. But until they release him, we're going to have to play without him, and we just can't not show up tomorrow night. We're going to show up and play. So we've got to get better. I thought we had a nice run to start the second half. We really did some things offensively and defensively that were very encouraging. We just didn't do them for long enough stretches.
So Andy Cass reported that Dylan would play on Monday. That's not the case then?
I don't know where you got that. I haven't heard. The doctor hadn't told me that yet. So I don't know. He may, but we have not been told by the doctors when he's going to play.
Have they given you any idea of his progression? How
He says he's coming along. He says he's coming along, but again, this is all by the doctors. I am not going to influence that decision at all. That is whenever the doctors, Doc Jones, releases him. We'll play him on the exact schedule he gives us. So I'm not going to be conservative. I'm not going to be pushing the envelope. I'm going to do exactly what the doctors say.
Is it as simple as he's cleared and automatically he's just right back? And
No, it won't be that simple. These things, it's a gradual comeback whenever. I don't know if you remember a year ago with Jordan Bell. I think we had like a 15-minute limit. I can't remember the exact minutes, but there was limits on what we could play.
Who is it that has the biggest opportunity with Dylan out? Is there anybody that can show you anything while Dylan's not playing that can influence things down the road?
Well, I think Jordan Bell, can do some things. Dylan Ennis has to step up, do a few more. Chris, didn't get any defensive rebounds last night, and we kind of bank on him rebounding the ball. So, we have a number of the veteran players that I think can step up a little bit more. The new guys are new guys. We didn't get much from our bench last night, but first time on the road against a very talented team, that doesn't shock me. I'm a little bit more disappointed in our beds.
Did you like the looks you were getting from the outside? Didn't shoot a great percentage from three. Were those just missed shots or bad?
We were not fundamentally sound on some of those shots we took. Our feet, our rhythm on the shots, not good. So we do have to address that. I want the guys to be aggressive from three, but you still have to be fundamentally sound, and a lot of them were not rhythm. Our feet weren't right. We were just getting them off. And so our percentage wasn't what it should be and what it can be.
Is there defensive rotations where typically is that this early in the season, or is it maybe farther?
I'm sorry.
Your defensive rotations, are you seeing where they typically are at normally?
We've got a long way to go. So it just there's no other way to put that. So.
Do you get the sense that after that game they realized that we really do have a lot to work on?
I'd like to think they'd listened to me and been thinking about it the last couple of weeks. I'm not sure that's the case, but we'll see. We'll see. You know, I never make a prediction on what they're thinking or how they're feeling. They'll kind of set the tone, and that's where leadership comes in. And you know, it's every team's different. You know, you have an opportunity to work with teams year in, year out. Everyone's different. Every group dynamic is different with the guys involved, and we've been very fortunate. We've had groups every year that have been about the team and coming together as a team, and now I hope this one will. They've got a group that good guys. I think they will, but we've got a long ways to go as a team. I've been saying that for 2 or 3 weeks, and you know, whether they decide that's the case or not, that's totally up to them.
Challenges does Peters bring? Everyone seems to think he's
He's
a really
talented. He's getting 26 a game. He hasn't shot it as well as he did a year ago, but he's getting really good looks. He knows how to play. You know, they're a good basketball team, and the guys that played well for him last year are all back. So we're going to have our hands full. There's no doubt about it. We had our hands full last year. They hit a 3 to cut it to 2 with 10 seconds to go. You know, we were down at half and trailed part of the second half. So we are definitely going to have our hands full. There's no doubt about it.
Do you like throwing one guy at him or throwing multiple different defenders and see how they do?
Well, you know, we're going to have different guys guard him. We don't have anybody, you know, playing 40 minutes. We'll play some zone. We'll play some man. So we'll have a number of guys in the course of an evening, you know, try to slow him down a little bit.
Danny, you've got a tough schedule coming up. Valpo tomorrow night, then you head to Maui. What improvements, or what would you like to see improved in these next couple of weeks to give you some positive perspective about where this team can go?
Well, I think a commitment to the boards is where it starts. We you know, a year ago when we were successful against Baylor, you know, the rebounding was even. Last night we were -11, you know, and again, that was all in the last 13 minutes to go in the game, because at the 13-minute mark, we were down 1. So we were at -10 in the last 13 minutes, and that's where they took the game over. So rebounding's definitely the first thing. Defensively, we've got so much work in so many areas that you know, I've got to try to make the list of priorities and start at one place, because we've got a long list to work down, and especially with the new guys. The new guys really are having a hard time picking up a feel for what we're doing, so we've got a long list there. But it starts with those 2 areas. Offensively, we weren't good last night, but I really do think that'll come. You know, I think that of the 3 facets, I think that will be the easiest to get corrected, just because the fact that, you know, we do have some guys who can score. We just took some quick threes. We got out of rhythm a little bit and didn't play the way we were capable. But I'm more concerned defensively and on the board.
You mentioned over the years you've been fortunate to have guys that are about the team. Do you feel right now you have some guys that are not about the team?
Oh no, you know, it's way too early to, you know, to think anything like that. We just, you know, we got to get started, and you know, the guys got to really sink into it, and we've just, you know, had a hard time blending some new guys in and getting everybody on the same page.
You like the guys to be aggressive from 3, but yesterday, was there a little laziness, if you would call it that at all, about sitting around the perimeter and maybe lack of ball movement?
Well, no, our ball movement wasn't quick enough, and we didn't get the ball to the right areas, you know, and I mentioned, you know, we took some threes I thought were quick and out of rhythm early, which I think threw us off.
Were you encouraged at all by the play of Dylan Ennis after a little rough night on the opener?
You know, I thought he did some good things. You know, some things that need improvement, but no, he did some good things.
Has he kind of shaken the rust off yet, or is he still got a ways to go?
Oh, I think that's still a work in progress. You know, you know, again, it's all of us needing to make progress, but Dylan still has a ways to go yet.
How did you see him kind of, you know, just through the injury and recovery process? I mean, he's a very positive guy, but how did you see him kind of handle all of that?
Was you know, upbeat about it. So no, I thought he was probably as positive as he possibly could be last year.
This would have been a quick turnaround anyways, but is it a little bit accelerated? I think guys are having midterms today or something like that.
Yeah, no, it's a tough day for him. We got a lot of guys. You know, we're going to have a real late practice today just because guys have class and trying to get things done academically, and then we take off Friday night. for Maui. So it's not very good scheduling, but there's nothing we could do about it. ESPN set the game yesterday, and this one was on the books. So, and then the travel time to get to Hawaii. So there was not much flexibility, but it definitely is not good scheduling.